Thank you for waking up with a happy ass, where we come together to grow in mind, body, and spirit, so we can in turn go out and make the world a brighter and sweeter place to live for ourselves and for others. Well, I'm super excited today, and I don't normally read my little interviews, but I'm very proud of myself for this one. So I'm going to read about this amazing human sitting here before me. So before we dive into our inspiration, motivation, and all the success tips today, I have the pleasure of introducing someone who's ventured into a truly unique chapter of life. Dan Hinz is a former financial planner and coach who has now embarked on an exciting new adventure, helping educators become edutainers on YouTube. That's so cool. I love that word. With over 265 million views under his belt, Dan's expertise in video editing is transforming the way educators connect with their audience. His goal? To bring your films to life with dynamic video content tailored specifically for YouTube, all while eliminating the need for tedious hand-holding. Dan's journey from finance to filmmaking is a fascinating one, and I can't wait for you to hear about it. And I can't wait to learn about it because, Dan, welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So the main reason I wanted to have you on, you already knew you. We used to volunteer together and stuff like that. But I am intrigued, mesmerized, so blown away by people that are in a career that they're good at, that they're talented at, that they seem to be built for, and they go, nah, do something else. What in the world? How did that come about?
I was a financial advisor with Edward Jones for a couple years. That didn't quite work for me, so I switched to being a financial coach, helping people with budgeting, and I was trying to help couples get on the same page with money. And it was going okay, but in trying to market my own business, I started my own YouTube channel. And I had done some video editing in the past. I love movies. I love watching great TV. And so it was kind of a natural fit as far as how to market myself. And then one day, a friend from a conference emailed me and said, Dan, I have some videos. They need to be editing. I do not want to do it. You're great. Can you do it? I'm good. Sure. But she's like, but I'll pay you. I'm like, no, as a friend, I'll do it. And she said, no. Your time is valuable. I'm going to pay you. You're a freelancer. I'm a freelancer. We're going to do this. And so I said, okay. And that kind of turned into another job and then another referral. And then I got a lot of confidence, like being paid to do it. And then I started seeing in other Facebook groups, people were looking for editors. So I threw my name in the hat. And at one point I got like a $5,000 contract to do an online course to just edit all of those videos. And it just kept going. And I got to a point where I'm good at financial coaching and it's at a certain level, but this editing just keeps growing and growing and growing. And I also loved it too. So I had to take a moment and say, well, which way do I want to go? And I eventually decided to go the editing route because it was filling me up and it was making more money. It just seemed to be the right thing to do in that regard.
That is so, I really am. I'm not just blowing smoke. I'm 66. And I've been a Mary Kay director. I have had a wall covering business. I have, of course, been a waitress on the golf course. I've done so many things. And now I've had this company since I was age 50. So I love reinventing myself. And I've got plans for all kinds of stuff. I mean, my friends are retiring now. I'm going, heck no, I ain't retiring. I'm refiring, baby. So I'm really working on my podcast, my speaking, all that stuff. And I love, love, love it. So when I see someone like you, is really good at what you were doing, because you were really good. And I'm going to say something about you that you tried to coach me a little bit. You helped me a little bit. And I say tried to coach because that's not my spiritual gift, is financing. But that is something that I am going to try to get again because I need help in that area. But you were so good because most financial people, I mean, y'all don't shoot me, but they're not as nice as you. Like they intimidate me. Mm-hmm. I get embarrassed. I feel stupid. I mean, there's something about people that know how to do math and know how to do financing that can really make us regular people feel like idiots.
Yeah.
You did not do that. Mm-hmm. You were what was it about you that you were able to be so patient with people about finances and didn't make me feel like an idiot?
The fact that you said the whole good at math part reminds me back after 7th grade. Between 7th and 8th grade, I went to a summer math camp. And I was in the row with other students at this math camp, and they were all yelling at me because we were in a competition. Like our row was competing against all the other rows. And I had this piece of paper, and I was supposed to solve a math problem, pass it to the next person. And that's how we were racing. And I'm looking at this paper, and it's in Chinese. And I'm like, why would you give me a math problem in Chinese? And so eventually our row lost because I never made it past that problem. And I went to the teacher afterwards, and I said, why did you give us this thing in Chinese? And he said, Dan, it's not Chinese, it's algebra. And the thing was I learned that as smart as I was at math, as good as I was, I skipped all of fourth grade math because I was so far ahead. They're just like, just play with Legos during math. And I got to this point where I was the dumb kid in class, and I felt awful because my team lost and everybody didn't like me because of that. And I realized that intelligence has nothing to do, well, it has a little bit to do with knowledge, but sometimes just because you don't know something doesn't mean you're a bad person, doesn't mean you're stupid. And that was early on where I learned, well, I never want to make anyone else feel bad. I'll do what I got to do for me, but to feel that way or to have someone else feel that way, I never wanted that to happen. So when it comes to the financial coaching or helping someone else with finances, that's why I tried to be as patient as possible and just help people, teach them. But if they weren't getting it, try a different tact or, something like that. So it was always my goal to help give that knowledge or to deliver that knowledge, but never make anyone feel bad. Because, sometimes it's not that they're stupid or a bad person or irresponsible. It's just they didn't know that existed. And now maybe I'm the first person to reveal this is a new thing to you.
That is so cool because I always wanted to ask you that question because you really were like that. So it's weird. So when I meet someone, whether a CPA and they're nice to me then I'm so happy. So this. I hadn't planned on saying this now, but I'm going to say it now because it's a perfect time for it. One of the sponsors of the podcast is Brian Yormack with Bay Tax, and they do cost segregation studies. And I didn't know. Have you heard of
I
that
know
before?
what that is.
You know what that is?
I've never been through it.
I had no clue what it was. And they're talking about it. I'm going, yeah, whatever. So he also was like that. Bay Tax, Brian Yormack, he helped me. It took him quite a while to teach me what it meant. But they actually performed that for my company, and they're a sponsor, and I just love them so much. He too's like that. Doesn't make you feel like an idiot. Super nice guy. So that wasn't planned, but I wanted to throw that in there. So the other question I want to ask you is this. So what about so you said you made the shift from financial. So, and you started doing the video and the YouTubes and stuff like that. So do you actually create YouTube videos or do you just edit people's videos or you do both?
Yeah. So I don't create my own videos for my own channel. I edit for other people, and that's it. So I do have a YouTube channel. It's the old Adulting with Money channel. It's all money stuff. I don't do any of my own videos anymore. Honestly, because business is so great, I don't have time to do it, and I keep getting clients. So I'm like, well, why put all that time and energy into marketing when everything's going great?
So the videos you have out there right now, the adulting, what are they called?
Adulting with Money is my old channel.
Okay, but that's still out. Obviously, it's evergreen. It's still out there, and it's still good stuff.
Maybe it'll blow up and make me some money someday.
Maybe I need to go back to that and look at it, since I will be honest with you. I'm going to say from a scale of 1 to 10, my ability to be really good with money is probably moved from a 3 to a 6.
Oh, that's pretty good. You doubled.
Yeah, but it's easy to double when you're down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe I could get some help there.
Absolutely.
So you literally just spend time editing videos.
Yes. So I either edit or I now have 3 assistant editors. So I'm like checking their work and telling them how to improve.
Oh my gosh.
And then they pass it off to the clients.
You're the chief editor.
Yeah. I've got assistant editors. And so, and at this point, I'm kind of starting to look for a 4th. I don't have work for them yet, but I need to start bringing someone on.
That is crazy. That is so cool.
Yeah.
And you said you started this in 2020. And it wasn't a COVID thing. It just happened to coincide. Because a lot of people did reinvent themselves after COVID.
Yeah.
A lot of us said, what is important, and I may ask you that question too, what is important to me now, what is not important anymore in light of what happened then. But so That's so freaky to me. That's almost like doing math. Like the idea of sitting down and editing video.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather scratch my eyeballs out because Ashley, my
Yeah.
director, who is amazing, by the way, Ashley Feller, she's on the other side of this camera. She's amazing. She's the reason I have a podcast that's out there everywhere. I wouldn't be doing it myself. And she said one day, I love to edit. I go, what is wrong with you people? I mean, she likes to edit. I don't get it. I want to just write something and be wonderful and beautiful.
Yes.
So what is something, so you said you like to edit. Are there any drawbacks or any challenges to what you're doing now?
Oh,
and if they
sure.
are, what are they and how do you get past them?
Yeah, I mean, I think even a dream job is still a job.
Yeah.
I mean, I listened to Adam Savage, who was one half of the MythBusters. He was doing an interview, and he said that, most dream jobs are still jobs because 90% of the job is probably going to be monotonous. But then there's that 10% that fills you so much. That's where it's the dream, and that's the dream job. And so that's how I look at it as well, is that editing, yes, it's very tedious. It's very similar, I would say, to like putting together a jigsaw puzzle.
Okay.
Where it's just like there's a little bit of piece and it fits, you go, whoo, and then and it takes you 10 minutes to find one more piece, but then you go, whoo, and then you just kind of keep doing that until the puzzle is done, and then it's finished, and you go, cool, and then you start the next one.
Wow. Well, see, another thing that I find very interesting about what you do is we have all these myths or perceptions about people who do that type of thing. I think about people that are sitting in a little corner cubicle doing all their little editing, and they're not very exciting people. They're kind of boring.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not very personable, but you're very personable.
Thank you. Yeah.
Very personable, because I met you. We used to do Idea Camp together. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. Brett was involved. You were involved. That was a really cool experience. So you're not that egghead who just sits in the corner and edits stuff, and also financial people sometimes. So you're like, so that brings me to this. So
Sure.
aren't you from Iowa?
I am.
Iowa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got the farmer tan to prove it.
Oh my gosh, you do. So when you came here, when did you come to Panama City Beach from Iowa?
It was 2011. So
2011.
It's been, good 14 years now.
So I probably met you right after you got here then.
Probably because I was Edward Jones is what I started right away, and of course with being a financial advisor, I got into the chambers of commerce right away. So I was in both the beach chamber and the Panama City, the Bay County chamber, and I was trying to be everywhere and meet everyone.
And you did a good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And it really bothered me at first that you'd stop doing that, because I was so excited. I thought, because every year in my affirmation journal is, I am going to get good with money. I am going to be smart with money. And I have been saying that now for long time. Kind of like, I am going to become organized. I'm still saying that. And so I was kind of disappointed, because I thought, oh, maybe you can help me. So I'm probably going to have to get some suggestions for you from someone else that could help me, because I really believe in being coached. Yeah. I really believe in getting help for the things you're not so good at, So if I were to ask you a question like, okay, so what is something that you feel like you could be better at, that you're maybe not so great at, that you could be better at, that coaching might help you? Is there anything?
For me, yeah, I think right now I still get a little scared of being an entrepreneur and taking risks and going after opportunity. I think that's still because of my engineering background and my finance background, I want to sit and I want to calculate and I want to have an answer before I do anything. But over the years, since 2019, I have had a Tony Robbins coach, a results coach. And so I've been deep into Tony Robbins. Actually, I just bought my ticket to Date with Destiny.
No.
I'm going in December.
Shut up.
Yeah.
When is it going to be?
December.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I think I might do that too.
Good. Okay.
I need to check that out, because I freaking love Tony Robbins. Yeah. And one thing that I do, and I did it this morning, and if somebody saw me doing it, they would go, oh, you are so weird. He truly believes that it's all a mind-body connection, and your body and how you hold yourself is going to project what you're doing. And he talks about if you're doing affirmations or you're doing things, put excitement in it and move your body. So this morning, for my morning exercise, because I didn't have time to go to the gym, I was doing squats and saying affirmations. I was squatting and going, I am powerful. I am amazing. I'm going to have a great podcast today with Britt and Dan. I was squatted I think I did like 50 or 60 squats. And with every squat I did, I was saying a powerful affirmation. Because you mix your body and your energy, because he says if you are just like this and slump down, you're going to project and talk like that. If you hold your shoulders up and you're excited, you're going to talk like that, And Britt and I talked on the other podcast about Jim Rohn.
Oh, yeah.
Jim Rohn was a super big influence in Tony Robbins' life. So I'm so excited you're doing that. I'm fired up now.
Yeah.
I'm going to check it out.
Okay.
So where are they having it?
They say Florida. It's probably going to be West Palm Beach, because that's where it has been before, but I think they don't announce a final location until they actually have it booked.
Okay.
But I'm assuming I'll be driving to West Palm Beach.
Guess what? I am going to go, because I am a big believer in doing that. Britt and I go to a lot of conferences, a lot of we love to go to writing conventions and things like that. You've now fired me up. So
good.
What do you hope to get out of that? What are you hoping, other than wanting to be a little less fearful about the entrepreneurship and things like that?
Tony says that success is 80% psychology and 20% strategy. I have the knowledge. I've read all the books. I've listened to all the podcasts. I know what I'm supposed to do. But for some reason, I still overeat. I still eat my feelings. Like, there's still a lot of psychology that I'm still trying to get over. So that's going to be one thing. But then also, it's going to be one of those, I'm also looking for purpose, just to kind of make sure, do I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, or how do I pick that? And so, there's some high level stuff, and there's some okay, I just need to not eat the box of Oreos today. So little things too.
Well, I can certainly relate to you that, because I don't know if you realize it or not, but I've lost 30 something pounds in the past 2.5 years. What kind of started me was COVID. I was so sick with COVID and almost died with COVID, had double pneumonia. I was so sick. And I said, no, not today. I want to live to be old, but I don't want to just live to be. I want to have a good, what they call it, health span.
Longevity.
Not lifespan, but health span. I want to be healthy to the day God takes me home. And so it's very important to me. So I hired a fitness coach. February was it's been 2.5 years now. Jennifer Berg became my fitness coach, and she helped me. I track my macros. You see me in the gym all the time.
Oh yeah, all the time.
And I am religious. I do not miss. And the thing that I added was weight training. And weight training is non-negotiable. I do it. I also am a maniac about tracking my food. I track my food. And, and how I've talked about that is I thought, Karen, you can track your dadgum food. How about tracking your finances, girl? So I need help with the finance part. You need help with the food part.
Well, there you go.
But so I really changed my life in that regard. I will admit I'm a little neurotic, because a lot of people say, well, I just want to be healthy. No, I want to look cute. I want to be adorable. I want to look darling in my clothes.
Yeah. You want to be outstanding.
Yes, I do. So that is so cool. So I don't have the fear of money. Never have. I need to have a little fear of it, because I just think, I'll just make more, and I'm not one to get fearful about things. I am a huge entrepreneur, but my little bit of lack of fear has caused me to be complacent over the years. It's caused me not to pay attention. So I'm admitting, just like you admitted you need help there, I need help in the financial realm. I really need to do that, because I get up in the morning and say, I am not going to do this, and I do that. So I have tried to do it without help. Obviously, that's not something I can do without help. So thank you. You just encouraged me just now. That's so cool.
And just like all projects in life, it takes takes time to sit down and say, well, what is it that I want? Like, here's A, and I want B, but where is B? And then trying to find the plan or the people and the psychology to help me get from A to B.
Oh, cool.
And I've had to do the same thing with my health. And for a long time, I was like, oh, I want to get this weight or this other stuff. But I read Peter Attia's book. Oh gosh, Outlive.
Yes,
I read that. I read that about a year ago and learned like, oh, I can go to the gym and not kill myself and still lose weight and feel good. And he talks about, VO2 max, and I'm spouting jargon here, but weight training as well.
I do all that.
And that zone 2 cardio. And so now I'm trying to do all of that. But so I have the knowledge, I have the plan, I have my goal. Now as I'm getting more back into it again, it's just, I'm keeping a really close eye on my psychology. It's like when I wake up and I don't want to go to the gym this morning, what am I going to do about that? Because that's going to keep me out of the gym by just waking up at 5 a.m. and going, nah, like, why do I say that? How can I get around that? And then, and I don't know, whatever tricks I can pull to get that done.
Well, I've had a harder time with the food than I've had the gym. I'm a little neurotic. I'm a little overboard. I do everything big, and I don't miss a workout. In 2.5 years, I have not missed a workout. I only missed 1 week because Jennifer Berg said, do not go to the gym. Stop it. Stop it right now. Because I'd hurt myself, and I was just working out with it anyway. Okay. I was just going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And she said, no. So, So, oh my gosh, Dan, this is one thing I know. I love this because even though I've been your friend and we haven't talked to each other in a while, I didn't know some of this stuff about you. So this means, I hate to tell you, but there's going to have to be a part 2 with you.
All right.
I didn't know this about the Tony Robbins stuff.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you before we go on to other things and before I move on, do you have any other books that you love? I'm a big reader. I'm a big reader. So any other books that you really love, you think people would enjoy?
What I was just reading in the lobby is 10x is easier than 2x.
Yes.
I'm rereading that. That's a fantastic one. Golly, give me a topic and I've got a non-fiction book or 5 that I've read about it. So that's pretty good. I think when it comes to personal finance, the Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover is always just a really great eye-opener. But also for entrepreneurs is that Profit First. I don't know if you've ever read that.
I haven't.
So Profit First, it kind of is that same idea as like get out of debt. And if you're going to start a business, pay yourself first. Or here's kind of the model to be like, well, if you're going to make, $100 in revenue, here's how much you need to set aside for taxes, for your operating expenses to pay yourself and profit. And so that as a model has helped me kind of get going when it comes to just entrepreneurial finance as well.
That is so awesome. Well, I have loved this. And before I go, I have got to thank my sponsors. I got really excited when you started talking about Tony Robbins, when you started talking about the books you're reading, because I get really freaked out about that because it's the thing that I enjoy most. If you ask me what I love the most, it is reading and learning from other people who know more than I do, which is a lot of people. And one of the people that I've learned from and that is a sponsor of our podcast today is Kevin Kennerson with Lending Hand Mortgage. Now, they do a great job, but I'm going to tell you what attracted me to him was his energy, his spirit, and his ability to want to make the room around him better. So it had nothing to do with his mortgage skills. And with you, really, it kind of didn't have anything to do with your financial. It was your energy that you brought to it. It was your ability to make the people around you feel comfortable.
Thank you.
So I'm so grateful. So I have to thank Kevin Kennerson and Lending Hand Mortgage for believing in this podcast and helping us put it out to the public. So thank you. Thank you, Kevin. I want to ask you, have you ever been to the grocery kitchen and tap room before?
No, haven't even heard of it.
All right. Well, now you have. And that's why they've asked me. They're a sponsor now.
Oh, cool.
So, the sweet lady Kay owns it. She used to own another restaurant. I can't remember the name of it right now, but she owns the grocery kitchen and tap room. It actually used to be a grocery store in 1928. It's in downtown St. Andrews. Really close to Amavita, right around the corner and stuff.
Sure.
Great place. And they've got great food, steaks, homemade crab cakes, things like that. So check them out. I want to also thank so much. I know you were wondering why I look so cute. You were, weren't you?
Oh,
I know
every
that was
moment.
on your mind.
I just
know
where
it was on your
can I
mind.
get that?
Yeah, what's going on? So my hair is adorable because I go to Hue Hair Salon. They're a new sponsor now. I love them. I called them up and asked them. They said, sure. And then I freaked out that they said yes. So I think maybe I still need some confidence help there. And then I've got a more boutique is right next to Target, and they are now a sponsor. That's where this darling top came from, and they're precious, and they've got great clothes. You have to tell your wife about them.
Absolutely.
See if that's in the budget,
Well, she's already going to Target already, so it won't be
right
hard to
next
find.
door.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you get your essentials and then your other essentials, which is looking cute, dressing cute. So Hue Salon, Amore, they are keeping me looking darling. And I have to thank my equipment sponsors. So we have this great equipment and we're getting new equipment because I've got Lucky Pine Straw. So if do you need pine straw at your house?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then you're going to have to go with these people.
Okay.
Lucky's Pine Straw, they do residential and they do businesses, and they will deliver it and install it. So I got you hooked up. You got hooked up right here, right now. So, Dan, thank you so much. Is there
Thank you,
anything
Karen.
you want to say before we end this podcast?
Oh my goodness. I guess the only thing I would want to say also when it comes to video and other stuff, if anyone's looking to get into it, another book that popped in my head is called Storyworthy by Matthew Dix. It is the best book on storytelling you will ever read. So if I was just kicking myself. I'm like, if I don't mention Storyworthy, I'm going to be sad. So there you go.
Oh, I'm so glad. Okay, you're going to have to come back.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know it would be so intriguing to find out about this stuff because it's totally out of my realm. But you are becoming successful. Is there any place people can go to find you? We're going to have it on the show notes too.
Sure.
Would you like to tell people how they can find you and use your services?
So you can basically find me everywhere at Dan Hinz Video, and Hinz is spelled Hinz. There's no E. So I like to tell people it's like the ketchup, but without the inheritance. Okay. So I'm on my own. So at Dan Hinz Video on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter or X, whatever it's called today. And then my website is danhinz.video. So That's where you can find me.
Well, maybe I'll be calling you to help me do some stuff.
Yeah, I'd love it.
Because I know how to create stuff, but I sure don't know how to make it like you two do.
Right.
So I don't know how to do that.
And the great thing about editors is, people hate that stuff, but that's also why I hire a tax accountant. I hate taxes, so they can do it. The editing is a pain that I love, and I'm happy to do it for you.
I am so glad you love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. All right, well, thank you so much for being here today, y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like I said, thank you to my mama, who always told me I was sweet. Thank you to my sweet husband, who told me I was an angel, and I didn't argue with him. I just love you so much, and thank you for making happy as possible. Be sweet, y'all.